Thursday, November 10th. Foundation phase. Headed out to see where they are with the foundation. I was out here a couple of years, not a couple of years, a couple of days ago, and they were pouring the platforms for the bottom of the foundations. So we'll see how far they made it today. We finally got some rain a couple days ago. It's been a pretty dire situation on the island without rain. Supposedly August through October are pretty rough when it comes to rain, drought-wise. So this month is supposed to be the beginning of the rainy season, so it should hopefully ease tensions around here. Water is very crucial when you're on an island, and this island happens to not have a desalination plant. So one of my projects that I'm trying to work on is getting a piece of equipment here that will help them process desalinated water, courtesy of my military training. So I've got some buddies in the States working on getting a piece of equipment for me. And if we get that here, they won't have to worry about drought months. So that'll be good. Got out here a little late today, so the gang is probably on their way out and flying and buzzing around already. We created a garden, a vertical garden. It's right over there. We'll come back to that. But starting to plant some things and get stuff growing. Talked to one of the guys that's lived here a few years, and he gave some advice on how to keep the place from growing back so fast, or growing back at all in certain areas. So I'll be going to the hardware store tomorrow to pick up some supplies to take care of some of that stuff. Got the documentation for the permit. Could have gone to get it yesterday, but I couldn't find a piece of information that needed to go on the form. So the guy had to get back to work, but I do have it filled out now. So hopefully tomorrow I can go and get the inspector and the engineers to sign off on it and pay. And we'll have the permit for the road, and we'll be in good shape. Let's see. Growth-wise, everything is starting to grow back, but everything still looks good for the most part. It's not out of control. The tree stumps, I'm going to start working on those. We're going to burn them. Found several methods for burning tree stumps, and I think I've got one that I'm going to go with. These stumps have to go. There'll be a problem later on, and since there were quite a few trees here, got to get them removed or burned out so they won't be in the way. So let's see. I don't know if they've been out here today or not, but it looks like they have. So you can see the concrete platforms for the pillars are in place. So all of those are in place. I had them omit these two because this is probably the area where the drain is on the bottom of the container, and I didn't want it covered by a pillar. So there'll be two less pillars out of 12, which is fine because 12 is overkill. The builder and I discussed it. He was like, yeah, you don't need 12 pillars. So we, instead of just removing just this one, I said, well, why not just have it consistent across that whole area and leave out those two. And that way I'll be able to come under the container with no problems and access what I need to access. So 10 pillars is what we'll have instead of 12. I won't walk past the string because I'll have to go under it or over it. So, but they're going to do they were supposed to do the molds and the frames for the pylons or the poles. So they'll probably do those tomorrow. The frames are probably done, and then they're going to do the mold. So if all goes well, by the weekend, the foundation may be completed, which is great. And then once we get the road in place, then get the container here. Let's see. Also, we made the decision, I talked to the contractor, we made the decision that 6 pillars is enough. So all 3 of the other container foundations will only be 6 pillars. 6 pillars is more than enough. Well, 6 pillars is enough for a 45 foot container. So that will cut down on work time, digging, and supplies. So came out a few days ago. I finished cutting down one of the trees, and I cut down some small trees. So this is one of the trees I cut down, and this one is still leaning. I got to finish cutting them down. I also cut down some small trees in I call this the leisure area. And basically this will be an area that has hammocks, chairs, maybe a fire pit. It'll just be a nice leisure area. It doesn't get a lot of sun. It has a lot of coverage due to the trees. So just a nice, cool sitting area. I still have some cleaning up to do under here. I'm going to kill all grass and greenery that's on the ground, so it'll be a smooth area. And a vulture. So it'll be a nice smooth area, and then figure out what kind of medium I want on the ground. I don't think I want gravel, but something that's walkable, not tracking mud, and something of that nature. But it's a nice little clear area, and that is that. So things are coming along pretty well, slowly but surely. There's a trail that leads through there that I had the guys cut early on, so I'll clean that up later, and you'll be able to walk from the container down the trail and up the pathway. So that is that.